So back in mid-August, Jess and I flew out to Portland and spent a week out there, and I had every intention of vlogging as we were going through that trip, but alas, it didn't happen. And now it's been a few weeks, so I decided I'd do more of like a recap video and just share with you 5 things that we did while we were out there. We didn't want to really take too many days off of work while we were out there, so the number one thing that we did there is that we just decided to spend our week there working remotely. So we flew out there on a Sunday, we worked from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then ended up taking Thursday and Friday off so we could explore a little bit and do some Portland things out there, and then we ended up flying back over the weekend. Now, we really like trying to work in other cities every now and then. About 2 years ago, we did this when we flew out to Chicago, which I also did a really short vlog about. But it's good to just get out of the little fishbowl that you're at home, especially since I am working remotely from home every single day, so it's good to just change the scenery a little bit. So while we were out there, we met up with our friend Eric, who lives in Portland, and he told us that there's this run club called Dead Stock Run Club. They were doing this collab with Nike Running, and they had this like block party style thing, and then they did their run groups, and Jess even was able to join since they had a walk group. We went out there and joined along. It was nice to see the local running community get together. There was a ton of people there, and it looked like, everybody was having fun. They were giving away some freebies, but there are massive lines for that, so we didn't get any of the free shirts or bags that they were giving away. But we were able to go out there and have a nice run. I did the long run, which was about 6 miles, and it was during sunset, so it was a really nice view. I was able to run all the way down and cross the Tillicum Crossing, which is a bridge that for some reason every time in Portland I end up going across. Last year Jess and I did biking, and we biked across it, and it was just a good time. So we were able to see the local running community there. On Thursday, one of the first days that we took off from work, we decided to have a day to ourselves and rent a car and drive out to the Oregon coast. I love going out to the Oregon coast whenever I'm out there in Portland, so we rented a car, we drove out there, and I decided to skip Cannon Beach this time since I've gone every single time I've been to Portland, and we went a little bit south to Oswald State Park, and there's a parking lot, and then you basically have to take this trail maybe about a quarter of a mile, and then you get into this little cove area with this little private beach where there's a bunch of surfers and a bunch of people just laying out and picnicking out there. It was nice to see a little bit of a different part of that coastline since, like I said, we've always just gone to Cannon Beach whenever I've gone to Portland, and that was a really nice time. And then along the way back, we stopped by some viewpoints, and then we also stopped along another area of the coast, which is called Hug Point. And we just found a log, and we just sat out there and just enjoyed the sun and the beach for a little bit. Since we were spending quite a few days out there, I think this is the longest trip that I've had out there in Portland, we decided that we were going to basically eat out for every single meal and try and find an interesting place to eat. And there definitely was a lot of good food out there, but I wanted to call out a few places that we particularly enjoyed. The first place is this restaurant called Harlow. It was actually the first restaurant that we went to when we landed, and all of the food that we ordered there was really good for, being vegan, all plant-based, and gluten-free. I remember I had this mac and cheese, and it was just really, really good. The second place was this food cart that was nearby our Airbnb called Sunrise Co. And they had this really good sandwich, and it was basically like a sausage, egg, and cheese inside of their homemade muffins, and it was really, really good. Another place that we really enjoyed was this dive bar type style place, which is called Short Round. And it was Asian food, and they just had a bar and I really enjoyed all the little dishes that they had there. We just ordered appetizers, and everything was just cooked pretty well. I just kind of really enjoyed the vibe of that place. They were playing some really good music in there, and it was like no frills, didn't feel like too fancy or pretentious. It was just a nice dive bar. And finally, the main reason why we're out there in Portland was to attend XOXO Festival. Now, I've attended 2 other XOXO festivals in the past, and when they announced that this was possibly going to be the last one, I signed up and I was able to buy a ticket for it, and this time Jess was able to come. I didn't really take too many videos or photos out there, but all the talks were really amazing, and while we were out there, we were able to meet some friends of mutual friends of ours, and I felt like just speaking with them and hanging out with them really does capture the true spirit of the festival, which is just basically meeting other creators and creatives that have a similar mindset as you, and just exchanging ideas and exchanging thoughts, and making friends. I think to basically encapsulate what XOXO Festival is, it's basically like for people who make things on the internet, and the struggles and even some of the amazing things that has come out of just people working and building on the internet. And I feel like even in the past times that I've gone, I've been inspired. I've gone back home or to my work, and I've brought a different mindset. Basically a mindset of that like independent creator energy. So that was 5 things that we did while we were out there in Portland. I feel like this was kind of the best format to share a lot of the stuff that we did out there. And yeah, hopefully, you know, we will be able to visit some other cities and work from other cities. Jess and I really do enjoy going to Portland, and I feel like, you know, we're gonna be going there several times in the future. If you've got any recommendations for things that you like doing in Portland, feel free to share it with us in the comments, so maybe in a future trip we'll be able to check it out.